Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in your part of the world. Okay, so I have another video for you. And this video right here is I did a video earlier, one of my earlier videos about the nationwide water warning. Okay, and in that video I spoke about being careful or doing research, being careful about what bottled water you buy or you purchase. Okay, I talked about how I prefer to buy distilled water. I also mentioned how there have been studies done on different bottled water from bottled water companies, from the cheapest to generic brands to the name brands. And in these studies, they're basically tap water or even worse. You think you're buying a good brand, a name brand, and it's safe to drink, and it's not. There's videos out there on the web where people have taken some type of device and test the water, and the water wound up turning the bottled water wound up turning a murky brown, almost sludge-like. And you can look this up and do the research and see it for yourself. But just now on Yahoo Life, and this was, I'm just seeing it, but this was, it says 2 months ago. Let me flip the camera. Okay, and it says bottled water contains thousands of nanoplastics, new study shows. And how can you avoid them? I'm going to read some of this. Okay. So it says scientists from Columbia University are raising alarm bells about the amount of small flecks of plastic known as nanoplastics in bottled drinking water. Their research, which was published on January 8th in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, found that 3 popular plastic water bottle brands, which went unnamed in the research, had 10 to 100 times greater amounts of nanoplastics than previously estimated. Now, the way I feel, they should have just went on ahead and named the popular water brand. Why keep that a secret? Let the people know if you're going to do let the people know if you're going to publish that report. Let the people know which brands to avoid. Don't keep it secret. Expose them. All right, let me continue. That's not good news, especially since many people pick bottled water over tap, assuming that it's the safer, cleaner option. Nanoplastics, which are tiny plastic particles that are smaller than 0.001 millimeters, as well as the larger microplastics, which are particles smaller than 5 millimeters, about the size of a pencil eraser, are potentially a threat to our health. So, and then the article goes on discussing about what can be done to avoid them. Okay, so if you have time, look this article up. It's Yahoo Life put this article out about 2 months ago. Just coming across my news feed for whatever reason. Okay, so you can read the article and do the research and figure out what to do. Now, in my opinion, just the way part of the article I've read, how it reads, it's almost like they want to try to steer us towards tap water. And of course, as I mentioned a minute ago, there's a nationwide warning about the tap water, about the water infrastructure as a whole, water and wastewater. So what do we do? What are our options? How many stores sell water, bottled water in glass? That's hard to find. I know I haven't seen bottled water in bottled water glass bottles. Okay, so what are our options? I say do your research. The research have been done. You can look it up as far as which bottled water is safer to drink, and that's it. You know, for those of you who have land, or you have enough land on your property to where you can get some type of water system installed on your property, or you can get water filtration. They got different water filtration systems you can install in your home. You can do that. That's another good option. Because again, like I've stated in my first video of today, my first video, we really got to start questioning who's our real enemy. Look at all the problems, the different issues that we need to be concerned about. Really got to start questioning who's the real enemy. Why all these problems exist right now? And honestly, a lot of this stuff been going on. It's just more, we're hearing about it more because, back in the days, there was no, not everybody was walking around with a computer in their pocket, in their back pocket. So you got more people spreading the information and putting the news out there about what's really going on. We don't have to rely on mainstream media anymore like back in the day. I don't even look at mainstream media at all, like very little, because it's scripted. They told what to say. Can't trust the mainstream media. They lie. All right. So so it goes on to talk about to explain why are microplastics and nanoplastics potentially harmful. It says microplastics and nanoplastics occur when larger pieces of plastic are broken down into small pieces. These plastic particles are now ubiquitous, found in our water supply, in soil, in the air, and in the food we eat. These particles are also now in us, inside of us. Several recent studies have documented the accumulation of microplastics in the human body, including the placenta, heart tissue, lung tissue, and others. Tasha Stoiber, a senior scientist at the Environmental Working Group, tells Yahoo Life. This is a problem, she notes, because microplastics can be carriers for chemical contaminants. Recent studies are now documenting the potential harms from microplastics exposure, which include inflammation in the body, changes in metabolism, and damage to reproductive health. So, again, it's like, it kind of reminds me of a movie back in the days, I believe in the 80s. There was what was the name of the movie? think the name of the movie was Let Them Die Slowly. I think that was the name of the movie. But anyway, it was a movie about this film crew who went to this island, I think somewhere in the rainforest, and was filming this tribe, and got themselves in trouble. But it's like slowly poisoning us, or trying to. Everything they do, from the water to the poisons they're spraying in the air, trying to block, with their attempts to block out the sun or make it colder, that's not going to work. That's not working, and it is not going to work. These poisons, of course, it gets into the water. It gets into the soil, on us, inside of us. I mean, when you look at it and you start researching this, it's like they got all the bases covered, right? But again, for one, I feel it's not going to work. They've been doing this stuff for a very long time, right? You think they don't know? This is not an accident. This is on purpose. And it says nanoplastics specifically are a cause for concern. Because of their small size, nanoplastics can be absorbed into human cells and are capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier, which, according to Cleveland Clinic, is a protective barrier made of cells that defend your brain from harmful substances, germs, and other things that can cause damage. A December 2023 study from Duke University found that nanoplastics may interact with brain proteins, leading to changes linked to Parkinson's disease. In laboratory settings, nanoplastics have been found to bypass the gastrointestinal tract or lungs, and have been found to migrate to systemic tissues. Phoebe Stapleton, associate professor of pharmacology and toxicology at Rutgers University, tells Yahoo Life. In vitro studies done on cells have shown that the cells can take the nanoplastics and internalize them, which can lead to DNA damage and cellular death. So again, studies have been done on this. They know exactly the problems that can arise from this, from what they're doing, for what's being done. But it don't sound like they're doing anything to prevent it or to stop it. They're protecting the corporation. They again, I just read earlier in this article, they didn't name the popular brand. The study was done on 3 popular brands. Bottled water. And they didn't name them. They're protecting the corporations. And these major corporations, they have these studies done because they want to know the damage they're causing. This is all by design. It's not an accident. How concerned should you be about nanoplastics and microplastics? Very, according to what I just read. The World Health Organization, or WHO, states that there is no reliable information that suggests microplastics in drinking water are a human health concern. However, the WHO also points to the limited research on the topic. Now, can we really trust the World Health Organization for what went on and what went on and what is still going on in these few years? Can we really trust what the World Health Organization have to say? No, I don't think so. Experts agree that more research needs to be done on the potential health harms caused by microplastics and nanoplastics. But the fact that they are everywhere is a problem. Erica Vedas, the human and planetary health program manager at Stanford University's Center for Innovation and Global Health, says that 80% of tap water samples globally were found to have some level of microplastics. That is dangerous in itself, she tells Yahoo Life. In the event that additional health impacts are uncovered, removing such a pervasive contaminant is an incredibly difficult task, one that I can't imagine being able to comprehensively address. So that's like saying it's almost impossible to remove these contaminants. The other problem, we're not slowing down our use of plastic, which will lead to more microplastics and nanoplastics in the water we drink, products we use, and food we eat. In fact, demand for some of the most common types of plastics includes ones used to make plastic bottles, expected to skyrocket by 90% by 2050. Is there a way to avoid nanoplastics and microplastics in drinking water? Unfortunately, it is virtually impossible to completely eliminate microplastics and nanoplastics from our lives. The horse is already out of the barn, even if we completely stop all plastic production today. However, that doesn't mean there aren't better options when it comes to drinking water, at least. So, again, whoever's watching this video, do your research on this topic. Do your research on this topic. It's very important. You know, and of course, when it comes to the tap water, you know they've been dumping fluoride in the water for a very long time. If you do that research, you know fluoride attacks brain cells. Fluoride, they put fluoride in the water. Of course, you got fluoride in the toothpaste, which they used to promote years ago as fluoride being safe and good to use. And, you know, as far as in toothpaste, which is not true. Right. Okay. A 2018 study found that tap water has fewer microplastics than bottled water, making it a likely better bet. Filtering your water is another possible way to decrease microplastics in drinking water. To reduce exposure to microplastics, opt for filtered water and use a refillable stainless steel water bottle, steering clear of plastic water bottles, says Stoiber. Yes, that's your permission to purchase one of those ever popular Stanley cups. Whatever that meant. That just seemed weird to put there. However, there's still work to be done to get water filters to the point where they are completely removing these small plastics. Filters will thus far work only on microplastics, as unfortunately we cannot filter out the nanoplastics, says Stapleton. Nanoplastics are about the size of a virus, and they are too small to be caught in most filters. Since microplastics are everywhere, the best way to avoid them is to limit your exposure where you realistically can. Experts agree that in general, the less plastic you use, the better. That doesn't mean never drinking from a plastic water bottle again, however. If you grab a bottle of water at the gym or the office daily, swap it out for a reusable water bottle that you fill up from home with filtered water. That way, when you are in a pinch and do need to purchase a plastic water bottle, say at the airport, you can do so knowing you've at least cut back in other ways. So, you can look this up. And again, we have to include, for those who use your microwave a lot, to reheat your food. I try not to use a microwave. You know, I tend to use reheat my food on the stove or the oven. I try not to use a microwave, but for those of you who like to use a microwave, you got your food in the plastic containers, and you're heating up your food in plastic containers in the microwave. You have to also include that as well when it comes to these nano particles, these nanoplastics. All right, and according to this article, it's almost impossible to filter out these nanoplastics. Okay, so but there's options. If you can get a filtration system installed, and you can get or online. You can search online for glass bottles, companies that sell water in glass bottles. Okay, you can get a reusable copper bottle and put your filter water in, your water in that, instead of buying the bottle, the plastic bottle water. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this information out there. I just jumped on and seen this and thought I'd share. So for all of you out there, do your research. Don't take my word for it or the article. Do your own research on this topic and other topics that I've discussed already in previous videos, and topics that I will put out in future videos. Never take anybody's word for nothing. Do your own research always. Okay, and be safe out there wherever you are. Pay attention. Stay balanced, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.